Let's dive in, not waste your guys' time. Here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu, and comparing two vehicles here at Kia, the sedans, 2025 K4 EX trim, 2025 K5 EX trim. Just don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Hype up this video with that hype button, as well as if you got something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us, we'll talk details later. And a special thanks to Roseville Kia here at the Roseville Auto Mall in Roseville, California for providing us these vehicles for this comparison. Keep watching because we're also going to drop those MSRP stickers. So K4, K5. Let's talk about powertrains first. In the K4, you get two powertrains, 2.0 liter, 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated engine paired together with a CVT, also known as continuously variable transmission, 147 horsepower, 132 pounds-feet of torque on that 2.0 liter 4-cylinder. MPG on this exact unit, 29 city, 39 highway, with a 12.4 gallon gas tank size. The second engine option is a 1.6 liter turbocharged paired together with the 8-speed automatic transmission. Keep that in mind, you have that option. Over to the right-hand side, my right-hand side, we got the K5, and you get two engine options in this as well. 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine paired together with the 8-speed automatic transmission. This one's pushing 191 horsepower with 181 pounds-feet of torque. MPG is going to be 25 city, 36 highway with a 15.8 gallon gas tank size. Now, you do have the option on the K5 front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive option, this being the front-wheel drive, okay? If you do go 2.5 liter turbo, you're gonna have an all-wheel drive. Now, on the K4, you only get front-wheel drive option, okay? Now let's go ahead and shoot over to the front ends. Starting with the K4. K4, we have LED amber hazards and signal lights, as well as we have the vertical planed LED front headlights. Dropping down, we have matte black plastic lower trim, as well as matte gray, and lower grille is matte black plastic with the upper grille in the high gloss black and silver, okay? Now, coming over to the K5, you can tell that they're of the same family because they have that kind of same design on those hazards, but this is going to be on a horizontal plane for that LED front headlight. We have high gloss black trim and matte black plastic bezeling. No fog lights on the K5s. If you do have different trims, you will get fog lights, but you do get bumper sensors on the EX. All right, we got high gloss black upper grille with a front camera on the EX as well. Dropping down matte black plastic lower grille. All right. Now, guys, I wanted to mention to you guys that the price tags on both, you got $25,560 coming in on the K4, and this one on the K5 EX is going to be $34,400 and some change, right? So about a $9,000 difference, give and take. Keep that in mind. So you're going to be seeing some bells and whistles on the K5 that the K4 doesn't come with in the EX trim. Now let's talk wheel well area. We got trim matte black plastic on the K4, kind of bah humbug moment. Here we got the no wheel well trim, which I think it looks a lot classier. Wheels, we got Kumos, Solaces, and 225, 45, 17-inch alloy rims, machine surface silver, high gloss black with shock spring strut suspension. Then we come over to the K5s. We got a 235, 45, 18-inch alloy, same colors, different design, and the suspension is shock spring strut suspension as well. All right, so you got a 1-inch bigger rim, 17s versus 18s. Side mirrors, white on top. You got a little bit more squared off or rough edged on the K4, a little bit more rounded off side mirror on the K5. Integrated blinker lighting on the K5, but no integration of blinker lighting on the K4. Blind spot assist, as well as 360 camera on the K5 only. Moving forward, I want you guys to pay attention to the body lines. They kind of resemble each other, coming in with the body line here right under that handle, all right? And then dropping down, this one actually indents on the K4, this one protrudes on the K5, and matte black plastic rocker panel cover versus painted rocker panel cover. Let's open those doors and show you guys real quick so you guys get kind of a comparison close up. Just take a look at that, very nice. Keyless fob entry on both. But you get a black button here. This is touch-sensitive keyless fob entry on the K5. And I have to say that the handles do look a little bit higher class on the K5s, okay? Moving over to the windows area, we got some high gloss black on the K5 with some silver chrome and a black panoramic glass. Looks great. Versus nothing on top of the K4. Matte black plastic trim around the windows, so very simplified K4. Over to the rear end, so you're going to see some difference as well. Starting from the rear doors, completely different on the rear doors. Check that out. All right, handle here, your body line, Also, the shape of the door, same thing here too. Completely different doors. And then you got complete different glasses back here. You get kind of the same drop in regards to the top ceiling coming over to the rear ends. Glasses kind of resemble each other. You got some shape difference in the glasses. You got high gloss black trim on both. We do have some added chrome trim on that trunk lid. Then we come over to the rear. Rear LED rear taillights, backup camera, a button to open the trunk. K4 here on the left. Bumper fascia is going to be matte black plastic. Parking reflectors, backup lighting, and an exhaust tip tucked away on the passenger side. Coming over to the K5. K5 does have the LED rear taillights as well, with the LED coming all the way up to here. The car isn't on, so you guys can't see it. K5 and nothing. It'll say GT line or a different trim here on the right, or if you got an all-wheel drive. Bumper sensors, high gloss black rear bumper fascia, backup lights, parking reflectors, a sporty diffuser, and your exhaust tip is tucked away on the same side, passenger. Now let's go ahead and open up to the cargo of both vehicles. Now, cargo on the K4, 14.6 cubic feet of space on cargo of the K4 versus the K5 being at 15.6. So you get one less cubic foot of space. We're going to go ahead and measure these as we like to do here at our channel. 45 inches in length behind that second row seating. Let's go ahead and measure the width. About 41 inches, and the entryway about 21 inches. Both do have spare tires here, right over under that mat, and you can drop both backrests of that second row from the levers here, okay, up top. Now let's shoot over to the 15.6 cubic feet of space. 1 cubic feet of space does make it look a whole lot bigger, I have to say. Let's go ahead and measure this. So you get about 45 to 46, same length. Let's do the width. We're gonna have about 40 inches in width, and entryway 22 inches on the entryway, okay? Again, you have levers here to drop that backrest of the second row seating. Your spare tire is here as well on the K5. Now we're pretty much done talking about powertrain, showing you guys the exterior of the K5EX versus the K4EX. Let's show you interiors. Before we continue with this video, if you find yourself in the Sacramento, California, or the greater Sacramento area like Rockland, Roseville, Elk Grove, and many other cities, if you need a passenger van rental for the friends and the family for the fun activities such as San Francisco, Napa Valley Wine Country, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, Yellowstone, and many other places, use the link in the description below and rent from Vagabond Van Rentals. We also deliver. Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and continue with this video. All right, everybody. So let's talk interior. Now we're sitting inside the K4, and I want to mention to you guys, now that we're getting into space and things of that sort inside the cabin of the vehicle, dimensions on the K4 coming in at 185 inches in length, which is 6 inches shorter than the K5, coming in at 191 inches. Now, width on both are the same at 73 inches in width, and height being 65 inches, so we don't see some difference there. But the length is going to actually change the legroom inside both vehicles. For example, the legroom inside the K4 is coming in at 42 inches in the front and 38 inches in the back. In regards to the K5, the legroom is coming in at 46 inches in the front. So you're talking 4 inches extra of legroom versus the back coming in at 35 inches, which is 3 inches less on the K5 in the rear. So that's pretty different that we see smaller back on the K5, okay? Now, let's bring the interior to you of the EX trim. We have manual control seats on both of the K4. We have premium cloth interior of the K4 versus the Syntex in the K5. All right. Now we come over to the dashboard, complete different looking dashboard. You can kind of see they resemble, but they do have different shapes or inlays as well as design, okay? Non-lockable glove compartment in both. We come over to the infotainment screen, same exact infotainment screen with same interface, but you don't get navigation in the K4 to where you do get navigation in the K5. We swing that. We can also mess around with our setup here, and I'm just going to show you guys real quick. On the K4, you can mess around with the driver assistance, your climate, your lighting, and whatnot, as well as your K5. Both do come with the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. All right, and you have hard buttons here. That's going to be different in the K5 as well as dual climate controls because of the EX trim. Wireless charging pad, USB-C plugins, a 12-volt outlet. Shift lever and the engine start stop button. We got a Backup camera, which you're going to see that if I press that, you're going to get that on the screen there, but the EX has a 360 panoramic view as well as bumper sensors. Close that. We have cup holders, and the cup holders do look different with slide out walls on the cup holders and a simplified center console. Up top, no glass with electric visor. We have LED lighting in the K4 and a simplified straight to the point rear view mirror. Over to the Kia. Kia stamp on the steering wheel. We get the flat top, flat bottom, which is going to look completely different from the K5. Controls on your right-hand side is voice and phone controls. On the left-hand side, we got crash warning, lane departure assist, and cruise control. Drive modes, you get only 2 drive modes on the K4, which is normal and sport, versus 3 on the K5, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Levers are pretty much the same. Windshield wiper lever on the right, lighting lever on the left. You got a 12.3-inch cluster screen for your driver screen, and you can mess around with the info cards on that as well, right, left, up, and down. Further left on the dashboard, we got some buttons going on here. A button here to dim out the lights or make them brighter on the dashboard, a parking brake button, and a traction control. Then we come over to the door panel. Door panel, matte black plastic with the cloth insert, and window switches with side mirror switches. Pretty simple, straight to the point. Now we're pretty much done with the front side. Let's show you the second row and then jump into the K5. Now K4 second row seating, guys. Remember, 38 inches in the K4, 35 inches in the K5. Let's go ahead and show you guys the premium cloth back here. We get car seat compatibility, no armrest versus the K5 gets an armrest with cup holders back here. In front, we got hard back on those 2 front seats, but just 1 mesh pocket on the passenger side. In between those 2 front seats, we just have 2 USB-C plugins with a cubby room. Up top, we got the reading lights right over the center console area, and they are actually pointing straight down. And the door panels look pretty much the same from the front over to the back, just with 1 window switch on each side. Now, guys, let's go ahead and jump inside the K5 and show you guys the interior of that one. Now let's show you guys what about that extra $9,000 gets you. And guys, I have to say that it is a pretty big price difference or price jump. But let's start with the passenger seating surface. You get electric controls, heated and ventilated front seats, as well as the Syntex wrap. This is not leather. The leather is on the steering wheel inside this K5. I have to say, big difference right off the bat. Coming over, non-lockable glove compartment. And again, I did say to you guys, the dashboard does have different inlays as well as a different design because you actually have a step on the dashboard here. Then we come over to the 12.3-inch infotainment screen. You do get a little bit more on the K5, like the navigation, as I mentioned to you guys. Let's go ahead and click that. Navigation, as well as a 360 camera system and bird's eye view. You could change the angles on that, but that is a huge difference for me as well. You can mess around with so much more inside your settings. I'm not going to go through it, but again, you also do have more cards there for your info. Dropping down, air vents, dual climate control. Yes, you did get them in the K4, but they weren't touch sensitive panel, as well as you can touch that little airplane icon, or it looks like a paper airplane, and you can mess around. Instead of hard buttons, you have touch sensitive buttons in the same unit to control that top screen. Dropping down, USB-C plugins, wireless charging pad, and a 12-volt outlet. Shift lever, and the cup holders actually are cup holders without slide walls, okay? Or walls that can slide, closed or open. Parking sensors, your camera, your parking brake, and your auto hold. Very nice and convenient on the parking brake versus the K4 where it's on the left-hand side of that steering column. We got heated seats and ventilated seats here, as well as a drive mode knob, and you're getting 3 different drive modes: normal, sport, and my drive. You got another USB-C plug-in here, so you get 3 total in the front and 2 in the back, so 5 in the K5. Then we come over to the 12.3-inch cluster here on the driver's side. Look at that. Very nice. Again, you could also mess around with your info cards in the center of those gauges. You can also change the theme if you go into your info screen. If you go into your infotainment center, you can mess around with the screen theme on the cluster as well. On the right-hand side, we get a cruise control, the lane departure assist, and crash warning sensor systems, as well as phone control, as well as voice control and media controls on the left. Lever here for the windshield wipers, lever here for the lighting system. Further left, on the dashboard, a dashboard light button with traction control and your tailgate lift button or cargo button. Memory seating, you don't get memory seating in the K4. We have Bose premium sound system. That's a huge deal for me because I love that premium sound. Side mirrors, switches, and window switches as well, as those side mirrors do come automatic foldable, so that's another big deal. Over to the top, we get that huge big panoramic glass tilt slide moonroof option, and in the front we have the touch sensitive LED true light lighting with the auto dimming rear view mirror and garage door opening. Now we're pretty much done with the front side. Let's show you second row seating. Second row seating, everybody. Now it does feel a bit tighter back here in regards to leg, but I have to say the head clearance, I feel does feel about the same. That's because they actually have the tilt slide panoramic sunroof. That system is actually placed right here, as you guys can see, but they actually indented the top liner for that head clearance. Okay, so you're there, you're safe, but again, more than enough room inside the K5 as well. You get the Syntex seating surface wrap here in the second row, armrest and cup holders here in the second row as well. In front, we get hard backs, but 2 pockets, one on each side of those front seats, which is a big plus. You don't get mesh, but you actually have some covers for those pockets. In between, we also have air vents and 2 USB-C plugins as well. So that's another big deal for people, those air vents for the second row. Up top, your reading lights are actually over the lap area of the passenger instead of being there in the center versus the K4. And your door panels back here with the high gloss black trim, window switches, they do look a whole lot more classier and luxurious. Now, guys, as we like to do, drop the MSRP stickers, pause this video, check out these stickers. First to the K4, coming in at the 25,560 mark. And now here's the K5, again, coming in at the 34,000 and some change mark. Hopefully this video did help you guys. We hope that it helped you guys from your couch at home shopping for a K4 or K5. Thank you so much. God bless you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hype up our video. Bye.